They're great for humans as well. Really good nutritional value, like we talked about, and really simple to prepare. Bamboo, simply, you're gonna taste it two ways today, can just be steamed. We're actually steaming it today in a bamboo basket, so you'll see different preparations of bamboo throughout this process. Just a little bit of water in a shallow saute pan, and just let it go. It goes for about 15 minutes. But what we're gonna do today is we're gonna take that bamboo and elevate it with a really beautiful bone broth. So I'll start with peeling the bamboo. It's really simple. You're just gonna peel away these leaves until you get to the inner soft part of the bamboo. Just peel away. I like to peel side to side. If you try to go up and down, it's a little bit more challenging. So if you just go side to side. And what I do is peel it till it's too difficult to peel anymore. Just like this. Perfect. When that's done, a little bit of boiling salted water. You want it to be very briny like the ocean when you taste the water. If it tastes too salty, it's probably not, because you're gonna wanna infuse as much flavor from the very beginning as you possibly can. So you take the bamboo, cut off the end, cut off the end. Then you're gonna cut it lengthwise. Just like that, and it's ready to go. So this is the bamboo that you'll eat. This is what it looks like after it's been blanched in the water. You'll see it's more pliable and edible. So I can pass this around if you want to take a look at it. So what we're gonna do really quick is start with the compound butter. So we have some beautiful unsalted Banner butter, grass-fed, RBGH free. Compound butters are really, really great to instill flavor in things that have a more neutral flavor. And you can really flavor them with anything. Today we're gonna use a little bit of lemon balm and some parsley and a little bit of salt, really straightforward. So you wanna bring the butter to a softened state, just leave it out for a little bit. It's much easier to work with. You have a mixing bowl for me? Oh, booby trap, mixing bowl. Thanks. So we have just the unsalted butter, really simply, a little bit of salt, some fresh cracked black pepper. I'm gonna chop some lemon balm quickly for you. Like I said, this is a really good way to add a lot of flavor to things and also some body from the butter. So a little bit of lemon balm, some chopped parsley from the garden. Can you tell they made this table for me? I'm a little hunched over. Grew up in New York, fed me well. So a little bit of parsley, and then I like to use my hand and sort of just get in there. It's fun to play with your food. This is a great thing for kids too, right? You can get them involved. So you just mix up the butter. You'll see it's all incorporating, and this can be used on a ton of things. We use it to finish steaks, use it on corn on the grill in the summertime, really nice. It's just adding another depth of flavor and another dimension to your dish. So that compound butter, once it's beautifully mixed, turns into this, and it can be stored in your refrigerator for quite a long time, at least a week. And we're gonna finish our dish today with that. So you have your compound butter. We have our par-cooked bamboo. Do you want to slice the bamboo for me? Actually, let me chop this green garlic real quick. We have a little bit of green garlic. Just chop the ends there. I'm just using the bulb today. You can go pretty high up on it though. Give it a quick mince. Run your knife through it again. All this can be done ahead of time. You'll see once we get started how quickly this dish comes together. Really straightforward flavors, really beautiful. So you get a saute pan. Are we good? You want to get this saute pan super hot. So at the beginning of this, if you're looking at your recipes, you'll see that we're using oil in the front and butter in the back. That's because oil has a higher smoke point, and you'll be able to get a higher temperature out of it so you can get a quick saute, which is what we're looking for. So we'll put the garlic aside. You want to slice the bamboo?
Same way as before?
Yep. Oh, those aren't supposed to get bread. That's just the bamboo.
Okay.
You'll be able to feel when your hand can't stand the heat. No part of my reach. Oh, sorry about that. This is a canola oil blend, but any vegetable oil will work. The only thing you want to stay away from are extra virgin olive oils. Again, because of the smoke point, and you want a pretty neutral flavor on the oil because we're going to use the butter and we're instilling so many other flavors. So get the oil hot. I'm going to come behind you. We're going to grab our garlic. Right in the pan. You hear that sizzle? That's what you're looking for. So saute in French translates to jump. So this is jumping out of the pan. You just want to get a quick saute on it. I'm going to go with some of that bamboo if I can. Bamboo goes straight in. Start to smell that beautiful young garlic smell. This is almost the exact way that I would prepare mussels or shellfish in the same way. So we're treating the bamboo almost like a French style mussel with all these herbaceousness and garlic and white wine and butter with a few twists at the end. Have a little bit of dry white wine. Thank you. This came direct from my wife's stash, so thank you very much, Rebecca. She's back there. I forgot my wine at the hotel. So you're going to get that wine in there, and it's going to... What's that? She typically has a bigger pouch. This is her weekend pouch she has with her. No, she was at home. So you get that wine to deglaze, we call it, which means to get all the bits off the bottom of the pan. And then you're just going to let this cook down. So bamboo is known to be the quickest growing plant in the world. Grows very quickly, which means that it's super sustainable because it continues to regenerate all the time. And we're using bamboo in a bunch of different applications today, right? We're cooking with the inside. We're using the bamboo steamers to actually steam. And then we have really cute little bamboo dishes that we're going to serve it in. So you see the versatility of bamboo, and using the whole plant is just incredible. So this wine is going to reduce. I'm going to add a little bit more of our bamboo so everyone can eat. Then we're going to, when that wine's reduced, we're going to add bone broth. So this is chicken. So it adds a little bit. If you wanted to make it vegetarian, you could make a vegetable broth just as easily. But I think the bone broth has super high health benefits, but it's also delicious. Most importantly, it's delicious. You could use a beef broth as well. I think that the chicken is a little bit milder, so it's going to play off of the bamboo much nicer. Add a little bit of salt at this stage. Bone broth is right there, about 30 yards to the left. Yeah, so that's where I got this one from, and I promise you, it's delicious. Really good for you, tons of health benefits. So as soon as this comes up to a simmer and reduces a little bit, you can reduce it as much as you want depending on how soupy you want your broth. We're gonna just reduce it a little bit because the bone broth's already super flavorful. Then this compound butter, you're just gonna use to finish at the end. So a nice scoop. And at this point in the cooking process, you don't want it to be too hot. You don't want your broth to be too hot because you're trying to emulsify the broth with the butter. So you just give it a good mix. All those beautiful herbs and rich flavors get into it. Most important thing as a chef is you're always tasting, right? Just needs a little bit of salt, but it's delicious. Want to start plating?
Yep.
Just a little bit.
Yep.
And you can really play with this, right? Bamboo has a not super, it's very flavorful, but it's a pretty neutral flavor, almost like an artichoke or asparagus or hearts of palm if you're familiar with any of those. So you can play with it. If you like it spicy, you can add peppers. If you like citrus, you can add a little bit of blood orange juice or Meyer lemon juice, would be really nice. And you can either add that into the broth or into your compound butter. So there's different ways to play with it. Once you get the foundation of the techniques down, it's really the world is your oyster. And then we're just gonna serve this with a little bit of crusty bread and the broth. Does anyone have any questions? Yes. Uh-oh. Good, I was nervous you were gonna stump me, so that's okay. He said he didn't know what he was gonna say. If you think of it, let me know, okay? You want to get a little bit of the broth if you can.
Sure. Okay,
Oh, okay. I actually buy it right over there. So it's from the market, super local. We actually also grow bamboo. We have a Japanese garden at our hotel, so we have bamboo at our hotel as well. But I buy this bamboo from here. Okay, yes? There's particular types. Most bamboo is edible. I'm not familiar actually with the name of the bamboo that we use here in America, but it's pretty much most genuses of bamboo is edible.
Is there a distinction between stock and bone broth?
I think bone broth is more flavorful, so it's a little bit more viscous and a little bit. When we make stocks, it would be more clarified. It would be more clear and have a little bit slighter flavor. Bone broth is really, really flavorful. They use a ton of bones in it and a ton of vegetables, so you're really getting a finished product where stock would be more something that you're using to make a finished product. So bone broth's great on its own, but stock, you would have to do something to doctor it up. Oh, there's tons of fiber, tons of vitamins. Like I said, we've been eating it as humans for over 4,000 years. It's just really, really good for you. A lot of fiber, a lot of vitamins, low fat, and low calorie. So.